Hello my loves, it's Kat. How are you? What are you doing? I hope you're good. Today we're gonna see what is the next chapter in your life. Where are you going? What's gonna happen? What's gonna come? So what you need to do is to choose a card or a crystal. We have card 1 with rose quartz, card 2 with green calcite, and card 3 with moss agate. When you have made a decision, go down to the description box to find your timestamp. I will give you a few seconds to decide, and when you're ready, I will see you at your reading. Hello my beautiful pile number ones. So you chose the rose quartz and amethyst. Right away I'm getting this feeling of same shit, different day. Yeah, that's what I hear right now. It's almost like you are on autopilot, like just like hustling and doing this and doing that, and the hours in the day just aren't enough. It's almost like you're kind of like taking things for granted. Like there isn't much gratitude to what you have and the people around you because you're just so busy. So that's something that I see here. You're not present. You're not present. It's almost like you are working constantly for the future, just like hustling, or it could also be the complete opposite, that, you know, not much is happening in your life. Maybe you are unemployed or you just don't have a focus in your life. That is something I see as well. Yeah, we have 7 of Earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. So yeah, and if you are working, like I said, I feel like you're constantly working for the future. Like you're not pausing, you just want to make sure that your future is going to be amazing. But your life already is pretty good. You're just not seeing it. And it's almost like all those things that you worked in the past, like what you worked for in the past, like maybe you, you know, fought to get in school or something, and then you got in, and at the time it was the best news ever. You were so happy and things were just great, but now it's like you have forgotten how hard it was to get to where you are right now. And so yeah, there's something you're not quite seeing. Actually, I'm gonna take the other cards. Let's see then. Yeah, you just, you know, like when you when you like achieve your goal, you will come up with the next one right away, and you're just constantly working. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But I'm afraid that you might be burning yourself out, and what is the point of growing a beautiful garden if you're not going to smell the roses? That's what I'm feeling here. Like, what is the point getting everything that you ever wanted if you're never going to enjoy them? So pile number 1, spirit guides, pile number 1. What's happening for my beautiful pile number 1s? What is the next chapter? I feel like this thing is coming to an end. One way or another. That is what I heard. One way or another. Either you're going to realize where you are and how much you have worked and how tired you are, or your spirit guides will step in and do something so that you have to stop. I'm not saying stop completely, but like take a break, because I feel like you are burning yourself out. And yeah, I'm being shown like a warning sign, like an accident happening, which is terrible. But it's almost like your spirit guides are ready to do whatever it takes to get you to take a break, to stop for a minute, to enjoy. Yeah, it's almost like they're just like, you know, we have to break your arm, we're gonna do it, so you will have a vacation. I don't care if it's sick leave, it's still a vacation. That's oh my god, that is horrible. Oh no. Oh Jesus, your spirit guides are like, holy mother. Yeah, that's whew. Okay then. So yeah, I feel like you're constantly worrying about losing something, or you know, you have all these things that you have worked for, but you're not really appreciating them. It's almost like you are piling things you are afraid of losing while you achieve things. We have 10 of Swords. There is this need for a balance. There is this desperate need for a balance. Desperate. And I'm also having a relationship message here. If you are in a relationship, are you showing your appreciation enough to this other person, or are they showing appreciation for you? I hope that neither of you are taking each other for granted. It's almost like I'm seeing a scenario here. Like getting into a relationship and perhaps getting married and being happy at first, but then it's almost like maybe one or both of you took this love that you had and you put it on a great spot on a bookshelf, and you thought like, isn't it lovely? I have one of these now. And then you just forgot it where it was, and you never really looked at it again because you were so sure that, you know, it's still there, obviously. But you don't really take the dust off and, you know, clean it at all. There is this lack of appreciation of what you have in a relationship. And it's almost, if you are in a relationship and this is happening right now, we have the Tower. It might come to an end if you don't start appreciating each other. Take time for yourselves. And if you are single, are you at a stage where you're not even looking for anybody? You're just working and working your ass off and just like working for your future, and you're just not interested because you have all these things to do. I feel like maybe you are afraid of like mixing up your routine. Are you a routine kind of person? Do you like to have routines? Do you want to wake up at a certain time and things, and that's just how you live, that's how you keep yourself together? Good for you, but you have to change something. It could be something small, but I feel like you are doing too much. You're just doing way too much. And if you're not, because I feel that some of you are just not routine people, having a routine is a form of self-care for me, at least. That's how I make sure that every aspect in my life is being taken care of. Like I'm taking care of my body, I'm taking care of my mental health, I'm, you know, exercising my brain, I'm moving my body, and I try new things, and I work on this project on Mondays, and I have this project on Thursdays. It's just I always know what to do because I have a routine. I'm never at a loss of, well, what should I do? Like, I'm really bored. I always know what I'm going to do. I know what I want to work on, and I know where I'm at in different aspects in my life. So if you are a person whose morning routine is basically just sleeping for as long as you can, no shame. I do that sometimes too. But there is this balance thing it goes both ways. If you have a lack of routine, you might want to start building one. If you have a very rigid routine, you might want to loosen it up a little bit. So there are these two types of messages here. Oh. If you are in a relationship, if you keep doing things as you are, there is a high chance that this relationship might not last. So that is why I have these like warning signs, not red flags, but warning signs, like warning, warning. There's something that has to be done. I don't think that you have really seen it before, but I think that you're starting to see that, you know, maybe we are a little bit too comfortable with each other. Not in a, you know, I mean comfortable in a sense that you take each other for granted. You just expect the other one to, you know, be there and make dinner every day and take care of the house, take care of the kids, or bring home money, or, you know, stuff like this. But if you are in a relationship and you haven't really had time for just the two of you, or if you are polyamorous, all of you, or maybe just one person is being kind of left out, because I feel that there is this resentment building. It could either be that the other person doesn't really notice what the other person is doing every day, like maybe they're taking care of the house and it's clean every day, they have a meal every day, everything is taken care of, so they can just relax after coming home from work, and they don't exactly see all the work that the other person has done, or anything. Like, take this as it resonates. And there is this like resentment building because they know that if they stopped, everything would go to shit. And they know that, but the other person doesn't always see it. People don't always see the work that has been done, especially if it's constant, like every day. They just take it for granted. They don't really see. They just assume it's like that, like the there is this, oh my god, was it a video or some sort of a joke, or what was it? It was a it was a guy who went to the police because his girlfriend was missing, and he said to the police, like, you don't understand, he's not gone away, he's not out of the house. the coffee table ate her. Like, the coffee table ate her, and the police were like, what is this? Like, you know, elaborate. Like, what is going on? And he says, like, well, we have a magical coffee table. Whenever I leave stuff on it, next day it has magically disappeared. I have tested this many times. I have left coffee cups, I have left the laundry, and that time when I left the laundry, the coffee table had magically folded everything up, and it was like ironed and everything. And I leave all these sorts of like random stuff on it, and the next day they have all disappeared or fixed themselves. And the female police was like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Like, obviously it's the wife or the girlfriend doing all the work. But the other police officer, who was a male, he said, I understand, I have a coffee table like that too. I don't know what that came into my mind, but you know, if you didn't get the joke, the girlfriend had obviously left because, you know, the guy never did anything and she had to clean everything up, like clean after him. So anyway, so that came to my mind. You need to talk. You need to have a conversation. And I don't know, there is also this, I'm getting kind of rough, hateful things in my head right now, like being a stay-at-home mom is not a real job. It totally is, by the way. But that is like something I heard, almost like somebody had said something like that to you, or something similar, or maybe somebody in your life believes that way, or there is this lack of appreciation and this taking for granted sort of thing. And yeah, it just, I'm getting another one, oh my god. I think this was on Reddit or somewhere. I read this, and this couple, the girlfriend was like staying at the boyfriend's house, and they kind of stayed together. She wasn't paying any rent or utilities or anything like that, but she would always like clean up as a thank you for letting him stay there. And then they broke up. Like, she would like clean every day, like tidy up and all that sort of thing, like doing laundry and stuff. And then they broke up, and the girlfriend asked like, well, how are you doing? Like, is everything like good and stuff? And he was like, yeah, everything is fine. But for some reason, the apartment seems to get a lot dirtier for some reason. And the girlfriend was like, oh my god, did he never not notice that I cleaned there? Like, only now that I'm gone, he noticed? Like, he never realized that I was doing all this work or like cleaning for him. And well, yeah, but there is this sort of thing. This theme seems to like reoccur. Okay, there is another card in this deck. I was gonna switch decks, and the spirit guides was one more. Okay, so oof, it's getting really hot in here. I'm gonna open up my sweater. So yeah, if you are in a relationship like this, you need to talk. I don't know, are you afraid of getting into an argument over this? Because I just heard like, well, I can't do that, like he's gonna get so mad, or she's gonna get so mad. It always ends up like that. If you're single though, maybe it's the lack of appreciation for yourself, or realizing how much you're doing. Maybe you are a bit of a perfectionist, and I almost hear like I feel guilty if I rest. Like if I'm not doing something, I feel so guilty. Oh, sorry. Are you okay? You're okay. So, yeah. There is this perfectionist thing coming to mind, like I need to be doing something. Like it's almost like, oh my god. When I was unemployed a couple of years ago, see, my parents, my dad and my stepmom, I call them my parents, and then I call my mom because I live with my father and my stepdad. But when I had already moved out of the house, I had been living on my own for quite a while, but I was unemployed, and my dad and my stepmom, they are almost like these people that if you don't have a job, you don't have much worth. Like you're kind of like a waste of space if you don't have a job. And and every time my dad would call me, we would talk for like 2 minutes, and he would ask, well, have you got a job yet? I'm like, no, I don't have a job yet. And he would be like, okay, well, bye. And it would always end like that, and it was kind of hurtful, but you know, eventually I started studying, and so it was fine. But there is this guilt over, like, if I'm not doing something, then, you know, what am I doing? You are, when you're resting, you are doing something. Your body is healing itself, and your mind is at ease, and just your body and your mind, they do have to breathe, and just sleeping isn't always enough. So if you think that, well, I get my 8 hours of sleep every night, so I can totally work until when I wake up until I go to sleep, like that's totally fine. Yeah, it's fine for a while, and then you start to burn out. So think about that. Take care of that. So what is that last card? Not last, but last from this deck that you wanted me to see. I've been shuffling this deck for a while now, so what is it? Oh, okay. Right, okay. So yeah, you have been juggling many things at the same time for sure, but there is this change coming. There is this change coming, and the chapter, oh my god, I never actually talked about the chapter. Oh, Jesus. Well, well, this is how it often goes in my readings. So the chapter is that your life is kind of transforming. And it's either because you decide that it's time for a change, I can't keep going like this for much longer, I need some rest and all that, or the universe will take care of that for you. They will change something so that you have no choice but to adapt and change something in your life to get to the mental state and the chapter that you're in, because that is happening one way or another. As your spirit guides told me, there is no way around it. Also, I see that if you have been kind of depressed for a while, if you have been kind of feeling kind of like down or blue, you're going to step into a very much lighter, lighter chapter. It feels like this huge weight being lifted off my shoulders, it's almost like having a heavy blanket taken off of you. like you're finally able to breathe better, you're able to see better, and you just feel lighter, almost like if you had an umbrella and a little wind, you could fly away. That's what it feels like. I messed up my deck. Hold on one second, there we go. So yeah, what is the chapter that my beautiful pile number ones are stepping into? We have a Queen of Swords. So I feel like, I can't believe I didn't say this out earlier, but are you a air sign? I'm getting some Aquarius energy here. This kind of cold, oh, I'm an Aquarius, so I can say that. This rational thinking, oh, oops, they were a little bit too far, I see. So, I'm also being, are you studying law, or are you a lawyer, or do you have something, are you a paralegal or something? Because I'm being taken to like a profession, lawyer, something to do with law. And I'm being taken to this specific character in a TV series that I'm watching, but you won't know it because it's a Finnish one. And she's a lawyer, and I constantly see her face. Oh. And she is kind of like what I have been describing all along, now that I think of it. So yeah, it's like you're leaving something behind, something, you're leaving like a weight behind. Almost like, I don't know, that is a really weird one. Really weird example, so I'm not gonna even say it because it won't make sense. But it's just, you're leaving some of the responsibilities behind as well. Have you been doing more than you... Hold on one second. Interesting. What the hell is that? Tell me. That in that tiny little shell. Is it a singing bowl? I don't know. I've never noticed that before. Anyway, you are leaving something behind. Some responsibilities, some workload, almost like if somebody has been like giving you a bit of their share, like some of their chores, and you've been just doing them and they have taken that for granted. I feel like you're just gonna say like, you know, this is your job, you can start doing that now. And that is somehow really relieving to you. Like, now I have all this extra time and I don't even know what to do with it. What do you do with all of these hours I have as an extra? That's something that I feel here. We have the wheel. So there is this feeling of like, I can do anything. Like, I can do anything. Oh my god. Yes, we have judgment as well. This is a huge new era that you are stepping into. You're basically, it's almost like you're, I don't know, there's some shedding. you're like shedding your skin and just leaving the past. This could indicate breaking up with someone as well if somebody is not appreciative of you. That is something that is a possibility, but I don't want to freak anybody out. If you are in a happy, healthy relationship and none of the taking things for granted doesn't resonate with you, then obviously you have nothing to worry about. But if some of that rang true to you and you have been feeling a little bit resentful and perhaps I could do better, or if you have had some of those thoughts, then it is a possibility that you might be leaving somebody behind. I'm gonna get one last card for you. There was just this like freedom. I feel like in this new chapter that you are stepping into, you are finally like putting things right. Everything is going into a balance. Like not just working, but having a hobby as well, or you know, not just working out, but also minding what you eat and stuff. There is this balance. I feel like you have either been, you have always been like it's all or nothing, and you have probably put all of that on one side of the scale, and you have kind of ignored the other side. But you know, the scale is in imbalance and that's not working, so you have to put some of the stuff on the other side as well, so you can get the balance. So in this new chapter you are thinking about how to get that in balance. Like maybe, because I feel like it's, at least most of you are like working really hard and working overtime and working, career. So there is this balance considering work life and personal life. So yeah, oh, okay. And it's also that you have been working towards your future so much that, you know, things are finally starting to like form in the future. Like it's not, you're not just working for something that might perhaps happen in the future or something like this. It is actually now forming in the future, so you know that it's gonna stick and it's happening already. So you can kind of like let it happen at its own weight, if that makes sense. Like you see that it's okay, so now it's starting to form in the future and I have done everything I can, now I just have to wait. And yeah, that is something that I see. We have 7 of Wands as well. Yeah, there is this like taking care of your mental health, or yeah, I'm seeing therapy, going to a therapist, I'm seeing yoga, I'm seeing meditation, I'm seeing some other stuff. But it's almost like you're now like focusing on yourself, on your well-being, not just your career or your future, but how you are at this moment, How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel in your body? How do you feel in the present? You're now focusing on the present and who you are now, not who you would like to become in the future. So that is your next chapter. You are starting to appreciate who you are, what you have, and how much you have worked. And, you know, and where you're headed is a good place. And it's happening, you know, on its own weight and at its own speed and all that good stuff. But there is this moment of clarity and weightlessness and peace in your next chapter. So I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. So you chose the green calcite and overlight. So I'm immediately getting some confusion about a relationship that you might be in, or a like an almost relationship or something like this, or maybe you have recently cut things off with it doesn't even have to be an ex, it could be like an ex almost, an ex maybe, and you decided that, you know, this wasn't gonna work or something like this, or there's just a lot of confusion around this thing here. Like, something is not working out in a relationship. Something is not quite right. And I feel like you are very confused yourself, like with your life, especially if this was an ex that you had imagined a future with, or a crush you had imagined a future with, and now that it isn't no longer happening, you might be kind of, maybe you fell in love with the plans that you had with this person, and now they don't exist anymore, and now you're kind of confused about where you are right now, what's going on, like, what do I do now? Yeah, there is this what do I do now feeling that I'm getting. And there is also this like hectic energy, like maybe you are trying to drown yourself in work or studies or working out or something, a hobby, like you're trying to distract yourself. But what I'm being told is that you desperately need to meditate. Like, I'm seeing this, I might have said this to you before. Like, imagine being in a maze where the hedges are so tall that you can't like climb over them, or, you know, all you can see is like a little bit of where you came from and then a little bit ahead, because the path keeps turning, so you can't see much and you have no idea where you're going, if you're heading towards the thing that you are trying to get to, or if there is a dead end ahead. And it's almost like you have actually come to a dead end, but the path was so long that you kind of got lost, like, well, I need to go back, but where did I make that turn? Almost like that. But if you start meditating, it's almost like you can see the view from above. So you can see where all the dead ends are, you can see the fastest route to where you're getting. And so that is why you need to start meditating if you're not already. I get a feeling that you might not really love meditating, maybe you felt like it doesn't really work for you, try different kind of meditations. You can try guided meditation. You can do just like 5 minutes daily or something like this. I personally like guided meditations because I get too much in my head if I don't have a guided meditation. We have 3 of Fire, Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. And so when you start figuring yourself out, like where you want to go, where you want to get to, I feel like you are able to make an even better plan than what you had before. Like get excited about the new plan, new possibilities, where you can go. Because I feel like either way, if it was a relationship or a job or something, I felt like you maybe felt like you were tied down. You were not allowed to do things that you wanted to do, or you just couldn't, or maybe you wanted to travel to a certain country and this other person didn't love the heat or something and they didn't want to go, or they don't want to see the bugs or whatever. We have a Knight of Pentacles. So I see that you have been working very hard. You have been planting a lot of seeds. You have been working towards your future, and some of these seeds are now sprouting. They are happening. Maybe you applied to a school you didn't think that you might get into and now you're getting in, or something like this. Some seeds that you might have forgotten that you ever planted them are starting to sprout. And maybe you had a side hustle, you started doing it, but you know, it was slow at first, but then it explodes. Something is going to happen. And I feel like I'm also seeing like social media, or maybe you started posting videos about something and nothing's really happening, not too many views, but then something explodes and becomes viral or something. Yeah, and these little seeds that you planted long ago, they're starting to sprout and bloom and whatnot, and these things start to kind of form. They are starting to form the future plans for you. Kind of, you don't really have to do much planning for yourself, because now that this happened, you know exactly where you're going. And this time of confusion is coming to an end, and you will get to reap the benefits of the things that you started to plant long ago, or the seeds that you planted long ago. There's that sort of energy here. I feel like things are going to speed up for you, and but it's a good way. It's almost like this new thing. It's almost like a hobby that turned into a business or something. It's fun for you. This is what you want to do now that it's actually happening. So things are going to speed up for you, and they are heading to the direction that you always wanted to get to. But it wouldn't have been possible if you hadn't let this thing go that I spoke of earlier. There's something that you have to leave behind. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a bad habit, or a certain item even. An item. How curious. If you have feeling, because I feel some connection to to the pile one if you were connected to that. I get this sense of like same shit, different day. And I feel like this the situation that you're in, it's almost like nothing is really moving forward, nothing is really happening. I'm just doing the same things over again every day. And it will start to change towards the thing that you want. But what is the message here? What is it? I just had it, but then it went away. I don't know. I don't know. It was just white from my brain. So let's move forward then. There is this like, yeah, no, okay, now I remember. So if you're in a place where you would like to draw something new in, my advice to you is to start decluttering. Declutter your home, declutter your phone, declutter your email box, because you need to make space for something new. And the best way to create space for a new thing is to get rid of old ones. Kind of like you have to, if you want a new couch, for example, you need to get rid of the old couch first so you have space for the new couch. That sort of thing. And that's my advice to you. Start decluttering to bring in something new. We have 10 of Pentacles. There is money coming for you. I'm seeing either a pay rise or a different job or a side hustle. I'm actually seeing like multiple streams of income. Like maybe you have your day job and then you have a side hustle, or maybe maybe you write a book or something. There is something different, something that you don't really have to, like once you start doing it, then you don't really have to do much for it, because it kind of does the work on its own. That's something that I see here as well. But there is this like purpose in your life in the next chapter, this purpose. Like now you know where you're headed, now you know what you want out of your life. Because previously I felt like you were just kind of like, I don't know, like just drifting through life, like not quite sure, never really having a certain goal or an outcome that you wanted, because you didn't really know what you wanted. But then maybe something happened, maybe you got in a relationship, or you got a crush, or you wanted this job and maybe it didn't work out. Could have worked out. For some of you, probably did, and this is the new thing that is coming to your life. But if it didn't work out and then you lost all the future plans, maybe you were saving for a house together, maybe you wanted to move to a different city together, maybe you wanted to get married or something, or maybe you wanted to start doing something together, and now that it's no longer, it's not a thing anymore, those things are no longer happening, those future plans that just remain undone. And now that you once had these future plans, you're like at loss again, like what am I supposed to do now? Because I just had like a great idea for my future and now it's gone. What do I do? And so you want that focus again, you want those future plans again, and they will come to you. They will come to you. I just keep hearing like a new era. or maybe it was a long-term relationship that you were in. I don't see a mourning period here. I don't see that. I see more like mourning the future that you had together, not necessarily the person. Maybe they hurt you, or it just didn't work out. You never even got to the relationship stage. It just didn't work out. But there is no sorrow here. It's just, you just wished you had those future plans though. But something even better and is coming, like in your future, that you start working towards. Like even better than the plans that you originally had, that you were grieving at that time or now. Okay, so pile number 2, spirit guides, pile number 2. Oh, I just saw, I have to get that. I just saw it and I felt like it was coming for you because it was a perfect message. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, come on. Well, maybe it will come out. I couldn't find it anymore. I don't even remember which card that was. It was, I think it was 4 of Cups. I think it was 4 of Cups. Oh, we have the World. Yes. It's this, like, the world is my oyster. Now I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. Like, my future is finally settled. I have a purpose in my life and it's making me happy. And it could also be that you get into a relationship that brings you the future plans that you lacked and that you wanted. Pile number 2, spirit guides. Pile number 2. I also keep seeing 10 of Cups all the time, so it could be. You might be stepping into a relationship in this chapter that you're in, or something like this. Like perhaps when you are focusing on this new thing that you have that you want to build, you might get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. We have King of Wands. This, I also feel like these other future plans that you had in the past, or that were the old plans, or will be the old plans, they were never meant for you. They were never meant for you. But now, in this new chapter, it could have been that you were ignoring some red flags, or you were ignoring some signs, and you headed to that direction anyway. And so it had to fall apart. That's what I feel like. It's almost like you ignored some gut feeling or red flags, or maybe you ignored your friends when they tried to warn you about something. And so it had to fall apart. So I feel like your spirit guides kind of stepped in and, you know, kind of ruined it, so that you could be headed into this direction, which is your sole purpose, where they wanted you to move, you know, where they actually wanted you to go. And so then you are actually on your right path, like the path that was meant for you. It's okay to like get this like sidetracked. It's fine. And you know, that's life. We also have 8 of Cups. You're definitely leaving something behind. Something is going to go away. It could be the future plans, or whatever fits your situation. Something is going to be left behind. It could be a person, could be a habit, could be, let's say, for example, smoking, or maybe spending more money that you actually had, or something like this. Something is going to be left behind so you can step into this new chapter. So you get to the path that you were always supposed to walk on. That's definitely something that I see here. Pile number 2, spirit guides. Pile number 2. Let's get some more messages here. Yeah, we have the moon. I feel like the red flags that you ignored, or signs that you ignored, kind of made you promise to yourself, or you will promise to yourself, like, I will never ignore my gut feeling again. Like, I was right. Like, deep down I was right, or my friends were right, and I never should have done that. There's this sort of feeling, and I will never ignore my spirit guides or the signs or the red flags again. I will never do that again. Because, you know, when you have that gut feeling, sometimes, especially I sometimes mistake it for fear. Like, maybe this gut feeling, or I get this gut feeling, like, I have several times gotten a gut feeling about, I was like getting ready to go somewhere, and I suddenly got this feeling like I shouldn't go. But because I'm an introvert, so I thought that was just fear. Like, I don't want to go because I'm an introvert and I'd rather stay home. So I went anyway, and something disastrous always happened, and I just should have stayed home. So after the last time that happened, I decided that I would never ignore that gut feeling again. Because, you know, I never should have ignored it in the first place. It was right. It was always right. I never should have gone. And so, because, you know, your gut feeling, it's very hard to sometimes tell it apart from fear or ego or something. But I think that you will get very good at it. Because I feel like you have this very strong sense of, like, this intuition, like, I shouldn't do that. I should do this instead. Or just randomly, like, get this, I should do that. I should go there right now. I should go into that shop that I have never even noticed before. And then you find something miraculous in there and you buy it. I feel like if you are not yet, you will be very good at those things. You will be able to see the signs and understand what the signs mean, and you know what you need to do, and you know what's right for you, what's not right for you. I feel like you will be very good at listening to that gut feeling, because your gut, the gut feeling, or your spirit guides, or whatever you want to call it, I call it a gut feeling because I feel it in my gut. So I get this like sinking sensation, like the bottom of my stomach has fallen off. That's what I get. So your gut feeling, your intuition, it never wants to harm you. It wants to keep you safe. It would never urge you to do something that is dangerous or not good for you. It only wants the best for you. So that is why you should always listen to it. Yeah. So pile number 2, spirit guides. Pile number 2. What is happening in the next chapter for my pile number 2s? I just keep seeing that card. I'm not getting it again, but I just keep seeing it. It was the, I think it was the 4 of Cups. No, I'm actually going to get it because it haunts me. It haunts me, so I'm gonna get it because I want to show it to you. I just keep seeing the image of that. Let's find it. Here we go. It was 4 of Cups. Like, look. like I'm going back to the things that I talked about before, like having these plans or having these things and it falls apart, but then something awesome comes around. Like look at that Ace of Cups over there. Something awesome is going to come out of it. Like to replace the things that you mourned or replace the things that you lost or you thought that you would never get back. You won't get them back, you won't, but you will get something awesome instead. Like it's almost like, I think this was in Peaky Blinders. This is about the sixth season, so if you haven't seen that yet and you want to see it, skip the spoilers. I'm just going to mention something really quickly, and it is a huge spoiler, so if you want to see it, I'm going to be kind of cryptic though. I'm not gonna say who, well, I can, it's best if you skip, if you want to see that. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone. So it was in Peaky Blinders in the 6th season. I'm not going to say who or what, but there was this, person who went to see the gypsies. Gypsy is a offensive word. I'm sorry. Like Romani people. And this person wanted to see if there was a curse put on him because his child was sick, and well, the child died. I'm trying to stay cryptic. So the child died, and this person went back to the Romani people and kind of like repay because they had showed who might have done the curse or something like this. And they said, like, you know, like the spirits will take something away and give something back. So you lost, the spirits took away your daughter, but now you will get a son. And this person had a son that he never knew about, with a girl that, you know, he had a one-night stand with. And this Romani woman knew about it, and she had brought the son to with her so that he could see him. And so it's this kind of situation here, like the spirits will take something from you to give something back to you. There is this kind of thing here that I see. I totally hope that I didn't ruin the 6th season for anyone, so if you skip the spoilers, I really hope you did. I warned you. I hate spoilers. I hate when they just randomly hit you in the face in random videos that was never about that situation. So that is why I always give a very heavy spoiler alert when I speak about something, especially if it's in a new season or something. So yeah, so that was my point. The spirits will take something away to give something back to you. That is something. That is something that I heard, and I felt like I had to explain how it happened in the series. So yeah, let's get a final card for you. Oh, there we go. We have Judgment. You are kind of like getting out of your old skin, like shedding your skin like a snake, something like you're letting go of your past self, you're letting go of your past in general, and you're stepping into this new season of all this greatness, all the good things you always wanted. But the sacrifice was that you had to let go of that thing that was there. For some of you it was a person, for some of you it was an old habit, for some of you it was a future plan that fell apart, or a dream that you realize you can't actually do because of a situation that you're in. Something is going to be left behind, but it will bring something amazing into your life. You will finally step into the era and the path that you were always supposed to be, and you will just find your way. You will find your soul purpose, and you will get there. And there is a relationship ahead for those of you who are single. So it won't be a lonely life for you. It won't. Anyway, that's what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would love to see you again. So I hope I see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. So you chose the moss agate and how do you pronounce this? Evergreen? Evergreen? I don't know. With that card, I'm not gonna say that again. With that card, I see this pressuring, like you're being pressured into something. It's almost like people are trying to convince you to do something, or to say something, or not to do something. And I also get this, like maybe you're pressured to say yes when in your heart you feel that it's a definite no. But you also have this like feeling like maybe I should do it to keep peace. But please don't say yes for now and then clean up after that later. It's not very healthy, and you're going against your own judgment. I'm seeing like Reddit, those threads like, am I the a-hole for something? I see that. Like almost like, am I the a-hole for not forgiving someone, or for not doing something, or something like that. So, or it could be that maybe you have been planning on, you know, making a post like that, like, am I the a-hole for doing things? Or it's also a great way to get opinions and get like an outsider's view of things. So it might be very helpful if you want to try that. I have never done that. I have only recently discovered Reddit, and I'm not sure if I enjoy it or not. So yeah. There is this pressure, and almost like you're pressured to hide yourself. Like maybe you are pressured to maybe hide your, let's say, sexuality, a significant other, or where you work, or maybe your family is very strict or old-fashioned or something like this. There is this pressure to go against your best judgment, to go against what is in your heart, to do something that doesn't feel right to you. So pile number 3, Spirit Guides, pile number 3. What is the next chapter? So I immediately got an idea about the thing. The next chapter in your life will be about being true to yourself and being truthful to others. basically, if somebody is like asking you to hide something, or hide a part of you, I feel like you will no longer do that. You will do what feels right to you. There is something that you are being asked to hide, like maybe you came out of the closet to your family or something about anything, and they rejected it. They said, you know, I don't know, could be anything, but basically that they didn't very much like it, or maybe there are some who accepted it, but then there are some who don't, or something. There's something about family, a message about family, and it's almost like they're not doing right by you. Pile number 3, spirit guides. Pile number 3. What chapter are they stepping into? What is their next chapter? We have 3 of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for high quality work, be a team player. I actually see this as like past thing. Like I feel like you are being told to be a team player. Perhaps you are the peacemaker in the family, and maybe you were a child who always did their chores and did everything, and they were just nice, and maybe you got stepped on. Like let's say if you have siblings and you were always the nice one and you did what was asked, you never stepped over your parents, or you never fall, you just accept things as they were, and then perhaps your younger siblings, they might be, perhaps the parents are like letting them go easy, and they don't have to do as much chores, and they can get whatever they want. And I'm also being like paying rent, maybe you have to pay rent and they don't, something so that it's unfair to you, and it's only because you are dependable and you're nice, and it's almost like you have to pay just because you're nice, and you wouldn't fight because of it. Like, you wouldn't fight for your rights. There is this energy here. And I feel like perhaps for some of you the answer is to be a team player, but for you somehow I don't really see that. I feel like my chair is okay, there we go. Okay, we have 10 of Air, the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and accept that, and expect things to get better now, recovering from an addiction. Yeah, so I do see that basically you're gonna stop being nice, if that is what resonated with you. It might not be for all of you. Because I'm getting another message here, like maybe you weren't a nice one who always got like stepped over the doormat. Perhaps you need to be the team player, and maybe you need to take other people into consideration in your family or something like this. There are two ways here, but things will get better I'm seeing that most of you are the nice ones, the doormats, so to say. But it's gonna come to an end. You're going to be setting up boundaries, and people won't be happy about your boundaries. People generally are not happy about people putting up boundaries because they were the ones who benefited from you when you had no boundaries, and now they can't benefit from you after you have set your boundaries. And that's why people normally get upset when people put up boundaries. And it's not right. It's not right, but that is how you spot the people who were benefiting from you. That's how you spot the snakes. But they're not all bad. They were just kind of used to it. But some of them, they were milking you until you were dry. But in this new chapter, I see that things are gonna be well. And I also see that you are learning the magic word no. And I feel like at first you might feel the need to explain yourself, like why no, why I don't want to do this. But you don't actually have to give an explanation if it's not asked for. That is something that I have had to learn. I'm an explainer. Yeah, I over explain things a lot, and I'm still trying to learn that, you know, you can put a period after the word no. You don't have to add anything else, especially if it's not asked for. We have the fortune. So basically your luck will be turning because, oh my god, I'm getting a flashback from my own childhood. I was the young, quiet, the nice, quiet, well, young as well, but the quiet and nice person. And whenever I had a necklace or something, and somebody was like, oh, that is such a beautiful necklace, I love that. And I would always immediately take it off and be like, here, have it. And they would take it. Because obviously I offered it, but I had this like, well, if they like it so much, they must like it better than me, so they might as well have it. And that is something that I often did as a child. And I feel like you might have been the same, but now you're going to keep your own necklaces. And all these good things. I feel like whenever you got like a lucky break, you always shared it with people. You never actually enjoyed them. Like, you never kept them all for yourself. If you maybe got more money or you earned more money, you know, you would tell people about it. They would always like ask, well, can I loan some money? I have this and that, I can't afford it, can I borrow some money? And you would be like, yeah, sure, and you never see that money again. That's something that I see, like your luck is turning, and all the things that you will be getting, you will be able to keep them for yourself. Yeah, totally. 10 of Pentacles. Your luck will be turning. You will be able to, especially with money. Maybe you get a raise or something. I'm also feeling that maybe you have been bullied at work and you get a transfer or something. And you also have 5 of Pentacles. You will be able to earn more money, or you will win some or get some somehow, or maybe someone will pay their debts or whatever, but there will be more money for you. Maybe it's because you cut people off that have been like asking you for money or borrowing money, never paying back, or there's just something, maybe yeah, something like that. And you have been looking for a way out of this situation. You have been looking for it for a long time. Especially, I'm getting like a inheritance, and maybe you're being asked to share your inheritance with your siblings or something, but you need it for yourself. But maybe your parents or some other people are like pressuring you to share that money or the money that you will get, and you will finally be able to say no. Like, no, I need this for myself. I don't really care. Because you really don't have to care. But for a long time, you have sort of like accepted this as your life. Like this is always going to happen. And something like that. But I feel like you are going to step into a new chapter where you have more self-respect, so to speak. Pile number 3, spirit guides. Pile number 3. We also have the Emperor. You're going to be able to be in charge of your own life. You're not going to let people manipulate you or benefit from you, because you will be taking charge, which is definitely good for you. And it was a long time coming. There is this power emitting from the future you, the one who has stepped into this chapter. There is this power, this calmness, this sureness, this just power, like you know who you are, you know what you deserve, and you will accept nothing less. That is where you are stepping into. Like you're stepping into your higher self, basically. And nobody will be able to take things away from you. I feel like you may have been bullied a lot in school or even at work. But that is going to change somehow. If you're still being bullied, maybe at work, or maybe your family or siblings are still bullying you. That is going to change, because you will set these boundaries and they are not allowed to cross them. They will try, but you have to stay firm. That's something that I had to learn as well. But I now have. Nobody. I mean, you know, the necklace thing, you know. I still wonder why I did that, but I think I just wanted to be nice, and I guess I didn't really. I just thought that because they liked my necklace more, they deserved to have it. I don't know. It still puzzles me. It still puzzles me why I did that. But it might resonate with you. You may have to cut some people off, unfortunately. Some people who will not respect your boundaries. And that is the ultimate test for you. Six of Cups. I feel like, oh, I'm sorry, I kicked the camera. Listen, you will live a long and happy life, a very long and happy, with people who respect your boundaries, who will not drain you dry, who will not abuse you and use you and leave you when you have nothing left to give. With this power that you are stepping into, you will make sure that that will never happen. Because all the people in your life after that moment are people who you trust and who value you even if you're not actually doing something for them. Like, they simply like you because you're you, not because all the things that they would get with you or like benefit from you. Pile number, oh, I just saw the sun. Pile number 3, spirit guides. Pile number 3. What is the next chapter for my pile number 3s? What's going to happen? What's going on? Ooh, oh no, that was way too many cards, and right behind the camera where it's really hard to get them. So give me a... Oh, damn it! Give me a second while I collect my stupid cards. Okay. Let's go. Okay, let's try this again. Spirit guides. Pile number 3. Tell me about the new chapter they are about to step in their lives. Ooh, strength. Yes. I just heard like in this new chapter in your life, you have been the nice one, you have been the angel, but now I just heard in a world full of bitches, be a bad one. That's what I heard. Oh my god. I've seen the sun for the 3rd time. Oh my god. This chapter is just amazing. This is like a huge... This is not just like life transformation, like life is happening to you. No, you are recreating yourself and stepping into this as a completely new person. And you have this like quiet energy, like you won't be loud about the changes you have made. You have this silent, strong energy. Like you don't have to yell to get your way. All you need to do is stay silent but firm and strong. Oof, so powerful. Like, look, here's the little sheep, like you always were the little sheep, nice and cuddly, and people loved you, and then they would take all of your wool. I know that needs to be done, but for the sake of this metaphor, listen to me. And from this quiet, nice little lamb, you turn into this lioness. Lion woman, a were-lion. Yes. I also see, have you seen Once Upon a Time? Regina. Oof, she's my favorite character. Oh, what a queen. That's who I'm being taken to. Not, you know, she wasn't always evil. And she isn't always evil. I mean, she turns good again, but you know, she was a nice, quiet daughter who would do anything and everything, you know, her bitch mother wanted her to do, and marry her off to a person he didn't even want to marry, or she didn't even want to marry. And you know, she was a nice kid at one point. then she turns into a queen. We have High Priestess as well. You are completely transforming yourself from within, and that way your life is completely going to transform. This is really beautiful. This is so powerful. And I'm so happy for you. You deserve all of this. Like, it was a long time coming, but eventually you fucking made it. And you deserve all of it. There is this... You no longer accept like party crushers at your table. There is this like, you know, what is the other saying? It's, I know what I bring to the table, and I'm not afraid to eat alone. That's what I heard just now again, or what I was reminded of. You just realize your own worth and who you are and who you're meant to be. You just realize all of that, and then you become the queen that you were always meant to be. Look at this. Queen of Pentacles. Like, look at her. Just enjoying herself in her power. And also with the Pentacles, I feel like you might have children, not children, siblings, or perhaps you have parents or something like this who are in constant need of money, and I feel like you might be pretty well off, or at least better than them, or maybe you are just better at handling money, and so you will no longer give like handouts, because I feel like there is this like message surrounding money, like people are like coming to you like with empty hands, like give me some, I deserve some, I need some. And then you just gave because, well, you had some to give, and they never returned the favor, and you never got anything apart from, you know, oh, you're so nice, thank you, or perhaps not even a thank you. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything left to say, because I feel like I have said everything. The chapter that you are about to get into is a chapter of new you, new, powerful, bad bitch. A bad, bad bitch. I love that for you. We need some bad bitches in the world. Anyway, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to see you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye.